I'd like to ask you a question, and it's simply this. How are you responding to the chaos around you? Now, there was a story that happened 700 years before Jesus was born, and the people of Israel, God's people, were actually in chaos as well. You see, there was this really oppressive empire called the Assyrian Empire, and it had already swept in and taken the northern kingdom into captivity. So the southern part of the kingdom was actually living in a lot of fear. And into this, there was a man by the name of Isaiah. And he gave a promise in the middle of their chaos. We can actually read it in his book called the Book of Isaiah, chapter 9, verse 6, where we read, "For to us a child is born, to us a son is given, and the government will be on his shoulders, and he will be called Wonderful, Counselor, Mighty God, Everlasting Father, Prince of Peace." See, what Isaiah was promising was that there would come one who would bring order to the chaos. And what's so fascinating about that is that this promise was given 700 years before Jesus actually came. Maybe you're starting to lose hope. Maybe you're asking the question, God, where are you? Why is it taking so long? And I want to encourage you from this story that maybe God is just setting up you and the events around your life for something great. Just like he was setting up the nation of Israel for the greatest story ever told. You see, because after the Assyrian Empire came in, another empire, the Babylonian Empire, came, and they took a man by the name of Daniel into captivity. And while he was there, he did a bunch of writings that the wise men of the Christmas story are going to use to find the Savior. We also read in the Christmas story about Mary and Joseph, who were in the family line of King David. And then finally, a man by the name of Caesar Augustus, who felt he was the most powerful man in the universe, and I guess he was kind of at the time, asked for a census, making Mary and Joseph go to Bethlehem. You say, what does this all have to do? It's like a lot of dots. How do you connect them? Well, all of these things had to happen in order for the promise God gave Isaiah 700 years before to come to pass. And I'm really encouraged with that, because here's what I believe for you. I believe that no matter where you are, maybe you look like your world is fully in chaos. Maybe you don't understand the things that have happened to you or that you're going through. Could I just encourage you that if you put your hope in God, the God who is with us, it is very possible that he is setting everything up so that you can encounter him. And this, for us, is more than just a nice story. It's more than just wishful thinking. It is a story rooted in God's character and in his word. And that's why Mary, in response to all the chaos that was happening around her, could say to God, "May your word be in me fulfilled." And so, may it be so of you. In the face of your chaos, may your answer be, God is my hope.